If the year was 1891, Einstein would have been 12 and most likely on this podium right here beside me. But the year is 2025 and the young geniuses here are not just answering questions, they are redefining brilliance. Welcome to Cowbellpedia 2025.
They've crunched the numbers, battled the buzzers, and conquered every STEM challenge thrown their way. And now, the semifinals are here. From 132 brilliant minds at the elimination stage, we've sliced it down to 48 warriors in the quarterfinals. Now, only 16 contenders remain, each one eyeing the grand finale spot. Today, 8 contenders, 4 from junior secondary and 4 from senior secondary are stepping into the battlefield. At the end of today, 2 contestants will say goodbye while 2 will book their spot in the grand finale. Who's got the brains and nerve to make it through? Let's find out.
Enjoy the delicious creamy goodness of Cowbell with Vitarich and vitamin B9, which supports brain development. Cowbell, so creamy, so good.
Okay. You try. No wonder you're always smiling differently every time you are talking to me.
Guy, I'll finish eating all the food and snacks here.
This is nice.
You see, our boy here, Peace, has said he's going to battle you in a game of rock, paper, and scissors. Are you ready?
Well, peace, be nice.
Peace is
I've been very
peaceful.
nice to you.
Peace is peaceful. Peace, please come up here. You should give him a round of applause. Please don't fall my hand, no. Yeah? All right. 1, 2, 3, go. Rock, paper, scissors, go. Rock, paper, scissors, go. 1. Rock,
Calm
paper.
down now.
We don't do slow here. Rock, paper, scissors, go.
Give me one now.
Why? Rock, paper, scissors, go. Thank you, Quizmaster. You may move on now.
There's a reason I'm not here, normally. Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you. Give it up for the Quizmaster.
You are the winner.
All right, Ebuka. I'll see you on stage.
All right, have fun.
All right.
See you guys.
Bye. Clap for him. Thank you.
I think in this semi-finals, I'm going to take it easier on the 60 seconds of fame. I've forgotten about my energy on the other round.
I enjoy questions from Cowbellpedia Bank and 60 seconds of fame. I think it helps me to show my triability in a short amount of time.
When I found out I made it to the semi-finals, I was very happy and excited. But I also realized that more work needed to be done. One thing I did in other stages that I'll do differently in semi-finals is to increase the speed at which I answer my questions and also make sure that all the questions I answer them correctly.
My name is Adeole Peace and the semi-final is my show.
Yes, indeed, my Cowbellpedia fam, you already know your favorite Quizmaster Ebuka Obiuchende is in the building. Welcome to Cowbellpedia 2025. It is the ultimate battleground for young, brilliant minds, and we are now at the semi-finals. It's been one wild ride from the eliminations to the quarterfinals, and now only the sharpest minds remain. Now let's talk about the prizes. The grand champion will walk away with a whopping 5 million naira and a once-in-a-lifetime educational trip to Kenya. And also, don't worry, our runners-up are not left out. They're securing the bag. 3 million naira for the second place, 2 million for third, and 500,000 for the fourth position. Now, but here's the real tea. For today, only 2 of the 4 contestants will make it to the finals. The others, they'll leave with a solid win, but they leave nonetheless, all right? Okay, it's time to meet our first set of 4 semi-finalists from the junior category. Put your hands together for them. Yes, the podiums are getting fewer and fewer, and now we have just 4 of you. Welcome back again. Congratulations. It's been a very hard-fought battle, right? But you're here, one step away from the finals. Please reintroduce yourselves.
My name is Okpero Halel. I am from Greater International School, and I speak French.
Hi, my name is Haruna Salvin. I'm from the Ambassador's College, Jota, and I'm here to win this.
Hi, my name is Sochima Ekweme, and I'm here to shine.
Hi everyone, my name is Adioli Peace. I'm from Working National Schools, and with God on my side, I'm the winner.
All right, welcome back, guys. And I want you to tell me how you feel about being in the semifinals. Let me start with you, Sochima.
I'm excited, but a little bit tense.
You're excited, but a little bit tense. I think that's natural. Good luck. What about you, Peace? You just beat me in rock, paper, scissors. How are you feeling right now?
I'm excited.
Excited?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Salvin?
I feel happy, but a little nervous.
A little nervous as well, but you're happy? Very good. Halel?
I'm thrilled to be here.
You're happy to be here?
Yeah.
All right. Good luck to all of you. Before we dive into the main battle, let's start with something fun and rewarding, the Chest of Fortune. Now, this does not affect your qualification. It's just a sweet bonus round where one lucky contestant could snag a 250,000 cash prize. Here's how it works.
4 contestants start this bonus round, with one getting a chance to instantly win 250,000 naira. All 4 contestants will be presented with the same questions on their tabs. The first contestant to simultaneously answer 4 questions correctly wins the bonus round and gets a code to a safety box which contains a check worth 250,000 naira.
Let's dive into the Chest of Fortune. Here are your questions. All right, no one's on the board yet. Peace has one. And Halel is on the board. Peace on 2. Salvin gets on the board. Peace is out again. Halel's dropped off. Sochima is on. Salvin on 2. Sochima's dropped off. Peace is back on. Peace has dropped off again. Still Salvin on 2. No one else is on the board. Salvin has dropped off. Sochima is back on the board. So is Peace. Sochima on 2. Sochima's dropped off. Sochima is back on. Sochima on 2. Sochima's off again. Halel and Salvin are back on. Peace is back on. Peace on 2, Sochima on 2, Sochima on 3, Peace has dropped off. One more, take your time. Salvin with his second, Sochima's dropped off. Sochima's back on. Halel's off, Sochima's off, Salvin's still on 2, Sochima's back on. Everyone's on step 1. Halel's on 3. Peace has dropped off. Salvin is on 3 as well. There you have it. Salvin is the winner of the Chest of Fortune. All right, step right out. You've cracked the code, but now it's time to crack the chest. All right, go ahead, enter the code and unlock your fortune.
Cowbell, creamy goodness.
Enjoy the delicious creamy goodness of Cowbell with Vitarich and vitamin B9, which supports brain development. Cowbell, so creamy, so good.
Welcome back to the #1 TV quiz show in Nigeria, Cowbellpedia. We're still in the semifinals, and before the break, we played Chest of Fortune, and we had our first winner who walked away with 250,000 naira. But now, the real test begins. It's time for 60 Seconds of Fame.
60 Seconds of Fame is a battle where every contestant is on their own. 4 contestants step into the spotlight, each with just 60 seconds to answer as many questions as possible. At the end of this round, the one contestant with the lowest point will be eliminated, leaving 3 to continue their quest for victory.
First up is Hallel. Good luck, let's play 60 Seconds of Fame. Let's have 60 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. Solve for x, where x minus 3 plus x plus 2 equals 10. A, x equals minus 5, or x equals 6.
B.
That is incorrect. Next question, find the value of sine 60 degrees plus cos 30 degrees. A, the square root of 3 over 2, B, 3 over 2, C, the square root of 3, D, 2.0. That is incorrect. Next question, the phenomenon of light bending around an obstacle is, that is correct. In a debate, if your opponent makes a strong point against your position, the most effective response will be what? A, to ignore their point completely. That is correct. Next questions, ethical data management requires misusing personal information. That is correct. Choose the word with a suffix meaning one who does something. A, kindness. That is correct. Conflict resolution typically involves A, using force. Correct. Next question, find the value of cos 120 degrees. A minus 1 over 2. B. Square root of... That is incorrect. Which of these is a type of electromagnetic wave? A, sound wave, B, mechanical wave, C, X-ray. That is correct. Next question, which type is a mirror produces a virtual image? That is incorrect. Let's see your total score, 60 points. Next up is Salvin. Salvin with the straight face. Welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
Let's have 60 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. Find the mean of the data 479312. A7, B8, C6, D7.5. That is correct. Find the sum of infinite series.
B.
That is correct. Next question. In computer networking, which of the following is not a layer in the OSI model?
C.
That is correct. Next question. What word looks the same backwards and upside down? A, mom, B, wow, C, swims, D, noon. That is incorrect. Personal global social consciousness involves. That is correct. Choose the sentence that uses punctuation correctly in direct speech. A, where are you going? Asked me. That is correct. Next question. Determine the value of x in the equation x over 3 minus 2 over 5 equals 1 over 15. C. X equals 1. That is correct. A bag contains 5 red balls and 3 blue balls. What is the probability of the draw? That is correct. The fundamental unit of scientific measurement is A, kilogram, B, meter, C, second, D, ampere.
B.
That is incorrect. What goes up but never comes down? A, balloon. That is incorrect. Who was the first Nigerian to win a Grammy Award? 70 points. Next up, Sochima. Good luck. Let's have 60 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. If the circumference of a circle is 44 cm, find its radius.
A.
That is correct. Rationalize the denominator and simplify 4 over the square root of 3 minus 1. A, 4 square root of 3 plus 1.
B.
That is correct. In genetics, what is the name of the process where one allele masks the effects of another at the same locus?
C.
A, codominance. That is correct. Next question, how many 9s are there between 1 and 100? A, 9, B, 10. That is incorrect. Next question, the first female aircraft engineer in West Africa is A, Ola Orekunrin. That is incorrect. Next question, which word is an antonym of happy? A, joyful, B, sad, C. That is correct. What is the purpose of Krebs cycle in cellular respiration? That is correct. Next question, I have 2 hands but cannot clap. What am I? A, statue, B, a clock. That is correct. Which of these is a cloud computing service model? That is incorrect. Before Mount Everest was discovered, what was the highest mountain on Earth? AK2, that is correct. Next question. The smallest bone in the human body is located in the ear. That is correct. $80 points. Next up, we have peace. Good luck. Let's have 60 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. Simplify 2 over 3 divided by 4 over 9, A, 8 over 27, B, 6 over 12. That is correct. Find the value of k for which x squared plus kx plus 16 equals 0 has equal roots. That is correct. But the process by which plants make their food is called, that is correct. How many sides does a circle have? 8, 0, B, 1, C, 2, D. That is incorrect. The fundamental unit of life is what? A, atom. That is correct. Choose the correct word to complete the sentence. She was dashed tired to continue walking. A, Toby, 2. That is correct. Find the value of x in the equation log 10x equals 2. That is correct. Find the domain of the function fx equals the square root of log 10. That is incorrect. What is the chemical symbol for the element gold? A, that is correct. Next question. What gets wetter as it dries? A, sponge, B, towel. That is correct. What is black when it's clean and white when it's dirty? A, chalkboard. B, coal. C, chimney. That is correct. The Nigerian female engineer who designed and built the first Nigerian car is A, Ozumba Mbadiwe. B, that is incorrect. If fx equals 3x, 90 points. Very well done, and that brings us to the end of the first semi-final round for 60 seconds of fame. Now let's take a look at our leaderboard. Peace with 90 points is at the top. Right after Peace is Sochima with 80 points. And then we have Salvin with 70 points. You know that means we have to say goodbye to Hallel at 60 points. Guys, this is the semi-finals. I think he deserves a bigger round of applause. Thank you very much, Hallel. You've been absolutely amazing throughout this journey.
Standing here with me is Mr. Ade, his teacher from Graceland Secondary School. Mr. Ade, you must be so proud of Hallel. What is the one thing you'd like to tell him right now?
Well, Alan, I'm so proud of you, and this is a learning curve. By next season, I strongly believe that we'll come out and be the best of the best.
I agree. I totally agree with Mr. Ade. It's just a learning curve for you, okay? Okay. Come back next season and give it your all. Can't wait to see you.
In a world filled with many wrecked robots, it's up to architect Bisola and builder Brian to rebuild the city.
We'll need some help. Let's get up and go! We'll start with the foundation. They bear the biggest load.
Wow, numbers are powerful.
We use them to measure and build.
You'll need more Cowbell Choco to complete your mission.
To get up and go, give them Cowbell Choco.
Hello and welcome back to your favorite TV game show, Cowbellpedia, proudly brought to you by Cowbell. Before the break, one contestant, Hallel, left the scene, and now this is it. We have 3 contestants on the hot seat. After this round, only 2 will advance to the finals. This is the game changer. It's called Questions from the Cowbellpedia Bank.
In this round, questions from the Cowbellpedia Bank. 3 contestants play, carrying over their hard-earned point from the last round. The quizmaster will ask 12 questions, and the first contestant to hit the buzzer gets the chance to answer. A correct response earns 10 points, but a wrong answer costs 5 points from their total. At the end of this round, one contestant with the lowest point will be eliminated, while the top 2 will proceed to the finals. It's a game of precision and strategy. Only the sharpest will advance.
Let's play questions from the Cowbellpedia Bank. For a chance in the finals, here are your questions. Determine the gradient of the line passing through the point 2, 5. Salvin?
C.
C. That is correct. The sides of a triangle are 8 cm, 15 cm, and 17 cm. Find the area of the triangle. A 60, B 68, Salvin.
A.
That is correct. The enzyme that breaks down fats is called A. amylase, B. lipase, C. pepsin, D. catalase. Salvin.
B.
B. That is correct. Goes on into the lead. What occurs once in a minute? Salvin.
B. The letter M.
Very correct. Next question. Which of these is a vector quantity? A. temperature, B. work, C. displacement, D. time. Salvin.
C.
Very correct. It's Salvin's show at this point. Next question. What is the correct collective noun? Salvin.
C.
Salvin says C. Pride. Very correct. It's if the angles of a triangle are in the ratio 2, 3, 4, find the largest angle. Peace.
A.
That is correct. Next question. The diagonal of a square is Sochima.
A.
That is correct. Next question. Which type of chemical bond connects amino acids? A. ionic bond, B. peptide bond, C. hydrogen bond, D. covalent bond. Nobody? What has a bottom at the top? A. mountain, B. legs, C. stairs, D. a bottle. Nobody? The answer was legs. The Nigerian National Library was established in A. 1960, B. 1964, C. 1970, D. 1975. Sochima.
C.
Sochima says C. That is incorrect. Which of these elements is a noble gas? Salvin?
C.
C. helium. That is correct. And there you have it. With a resounding score of 140. Give it up for Salvin! Congratulations. You have to say something now. How do you feel?
So I feel happy.
You feel happy? Very well. Your hands together for Salvin. And joining him in the finals with 100 points, give it up for Peace. How do you feel, Peace?
I'm excited.
You're excited, looking forward to the final?
Yes, sir.
And of course, she's played an amazing game throughout the series, but unfortunately, this is the end of the road for Sochima. A round of applause for her, please. Thank you very much, Sochima. We're very proud of you. Hopefully, we see you again on Cowbellpedia. Another round of applause for Sochima.
Hey there, welcome back to the Blue Room. First off, big respect to Sochima. I mean, you gave it your all out there. But how are you feeling right now?
Disappointed, but I hope to come back next year.
That's the spirit. I love that. It's okay to feel disappointed. It's okay to feel like you didn't do your best, but you did. I will tell you, everyone here was cheering you on, okay? You did your best, all right? Here with me, we have your mother, Mrs. Chiako. Please, I know you've been there from the very beginning, you know, the late night rehearsals, learning, and then I saw you in the sidelines, you know, cheering her on and like, yes! One time I saw you saying, that's my daughter! But what do you want to tell Sochima right now?
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. You have come this far. This is your first competition. Ooh. This is her first competition. She has never done a national competition. This is your first competition. You did an amazing job. It's not about what you know. Remember, it was just a matter of chance and time.
Yeah.
But you're an amazing child and you're smart. And I know that next season, we're going to take it, right?
I love it.
Yeah?
Love it. Thank you, Mama. Thank you for encouraging her. And also thank you for taking out time to come talk to us.
Enjoy the delicious creamy goodness of Cowbell. with Vitarich and vitamin B9, which supports brain development. Cowbell, so creamy, so good.
In the previous stages, I wasn't too confident in my abilities, so in this coming semi-finals, I'm going to be more confident in myself and be faster in the things that I do.
I feel ecstatic that I was able to make it to this stage of competition. I made it here last time, and it feels great to be able to repeat what I've done before. Last time I came third, this time I'll try my best to get beyond third, maybe second or even first.
I think I'll probably need to work on my speed, because that's the main essential aspect I need to work on my speed and build a very valid strategy so I can progress to the next round.
So what I feel I'll do differently during the semi-final is I'll just try to remain cool and improve on my speed.
Welcome back to Cowbellpedia 2025. The Mega Minds now locked in for the finals are Peace and Salvin, the first two finalists from the junior category. Another round of applause for them. Okay, next up is the first set of semi-finalists in the senior category. Please welcome them. Welcome back, everyone. It's been a long journey, elimination round, quarterfinals. Now you are in the semifinals, one spot away from the finals. So I think it's only fair that we meet you again. Please introduce yourselves.
My name is JJ Luadamlari. I'm from St. Gregory's College, and I'm here to do my best.
My name is Olajide Olua, and I'm from Milton International School.
My name is Kenechka Azuke from St. Gregory's College, and through God, all things are possible.
My name is Adeboye Fokpefolowa from the Ambassadors College, Jota, and by God's grace, I'm here to do my best.
All right, guys, welcome back. This is the real deal. You're one spot away from the finals. We have 2 games to go. With each game, 1 contestant will leave, and at the end of this, only 2 of you will make it to the finals. So take every game seriously, because all the numbers will add up eventually to find who our 2 qualifiers will be. Okay, we're starting with a bonus round called Chest of Fortune. Now, this does not affect your points. It's a bonus round that gives one lucky contestant an opportunity to win the sum of 250,000 naira. Here's how the game works.
4 contestants start this bonus round, with one getting a chance to instantly win 250,000 naira. All 4 contestants will be presented with the same questions on their tabs. The first contestant to simultaneously answer 4 questions correctly wins the bonus round and gets a code to a safety box which contains a check worth 250,000 naira.
Let's dive into the Chest of Fortune. Now, here are your questions. All right, no one's on the board yet. Damilare is on 1. Damilare drops off. No one's on the board. Take your time. Ireoluwa has 1. So does Kenechukwu. Kenechukwu has dropped off. Fokpe is on the board. Oluwa Damilare is back on the board. He has 2 now. And he's off. He's back on the board. Fokpe and Oluwa Damilare on 2. Oluwa Damilare drops off, so does Ireoluwa. Accuracy, not speed. Fokpe is on 3. Kenechukwu is back on the board. 1 more for Fokpe. Kenechukwu is back on the board. Ireolua and Oluwadamilare as well. All on 1. Damilare at 2. Kenechukwu on 2. Oluwadamilare drops off. Kenechukwu on 3 with Fokpe. Ireolua and Oluwadamilare. And Kenechukwu takes it. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Chest of Fortune, Kenechukwu. All right, step right out. You've cracked the code, but now it's time to crack the chest. All right, go ahead, enter the code and unlock your fortune. ₦250,000 in cash is all yours. Congratulations.
Enjoy the delicious creamy goodness of Cowbell with Vitarich and vitamin B9, which supports brain development. Cowbell, so creamy, so good.
Welcome back to the #1 TV quiz show in Nigeria, Cowbellpedia. We're still in the semifinals, and before the break, we played Chest of Fortune, but now the real test begins. All right, we're going to go on with our first game, and it's 60 seconds of fame.
60 Seconds of Fame is a battle where every contestant is on their own. 4 contestants step into the spotlight, each with just 60 seconds to answer as many questions as possible. At the end of this round, the one contestant with the lowest point will be eliminated, leaving 3 to continue their quest for victory.
Let's play 60 Seconds of Fame. First to the podium, Oluwadamilare. Welcome back. Good luck. Let's have 60 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. Express 1 to 6 as a product of prime factors. A, 2 by 3 squared. That is incorrect. If fx equals 3x cubed minus 4x squared plus 2x minus 1, find f2, A21, B22. That is incorrect. Which of the following molecules exhibits geometric isomerism? That is incorrect. What English word has 3 consecutive double letters? A, bookkeeper. B, committee. C, Mississippi. That is incorrect. Next question. The Nigerian Stock Exchange was established in A, 1950. B, 1961. That is incorrect. After reviewing the students' test scores and participation, Mr. Thompson, that is correct. Next question. The sum of the infinite geometric series 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1 plus is A, 15, B, 16. That is correct. Next question. Find the area enclosed by the curves y equals x. That is correct. Next question. What is the coordination number of FE in FEC and C? That is correct. Next question. Feed me and I live, give me water and I die. What am I? A, plants. That is incorrect. The mineral with the chemical formula Fe3O4 is. That is correct. Next question. 50 points. Next up is Ireolua. Good luck. Let's have 60 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. If a car travels 180 kilometers in 3 hours, that is correct. Solve the inequality x minus 2x plus 3 is greater than 0. Ax, that is correct. Which of the following is not a valid file extension for an image file? That is incorrect. Next question. A woman walks into a room with a match, a kerosene lamp, a candle, and a fireplace. That is correct. Next question. Who was the first Nigerian to compete in the Winter Olympics? That is incorrect. Next question. Despite having lived in Lagos for 5 years, Amina still gets lost occasionally. Incorrect. Next question. What does the abbreviation URL stand for? That is correct. Next question. The sundial has the fewest moving parts of any timepiece. Which has the most? A, an hourglass. That is incorrect. The first law of thermodynamics That is correct. Next question. A woman has 7 children, half of them are boys. How is this possible? A, she has 3 boys and 4 girls. That is incorrect. Which Nigerian artist released the album Superstar? That is incorrect. I can be written, I can be spoken, I can be exposed. That is incorrect. Let's see what your total score is. 50 points. Okay, we're staying consistent with the numbers so far. Halfway through, both our contestants are on 50 points. We'll see what the other 2 have to offer. Thank you very much. Next up is Kenechukwu. All right, good luck. Let's have 60 seconds on the clock. And your time starts now. Find the area of a circle with radius 7 cm. Take 5. That is correct. Solve the differential equation dy over dx plus 2y. That is incorrect. Which of the following is a secondary memory device? A CPU. That is correct. What English word retains the same pronunciation even after removing? That is correct. Which Nigerian state is known as the food basket of the nation? That is correct. The chef tasted the soup, frowned, and added more salt. What can be inferred from this action? A, the chef likes very salty food. Incorrect. Find the distance between the points 3, 4, and 7, 1. A, 5 units. B, the square root of 5 units. Incorrect. A bag contains 3 red balls, 4 green balls, and 5 blue balls. That is correct. Which gas is primarily responsible for the greenhouse effect on Earth? Correct. Next question. What has many teeth but cannot bite? A comb. That is incorrect. The Nigerian who developed a computer that identifies users by their heartbeats? That is incorrect. Which is Nigeria's smallest state by land area? FCT. B, Lagos. That is incorrect. If A equals 4 and B equals 3 calculates, that is incorrect. 60. Very well done. Next up is Fokbe. Let's have 60 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. Find the value of sine 30 degrees multiplied by cos 60 degrees. A 1 over 4, that is correct. The third term of a geometric sequence is 27, that is incorrect. During protein synthesis, what is the role of RNA? That is incorrect. What building has the most stories? A, Empire State Building, that is incorrect. The Nigerian scientist who invented the NEP, that is incorrect. Which word is derived from the name of a person? A, boycott, B, sandwich, C, jumbo, D, all of the above. That is correct. The Nigerian who developed an electricity generator powered by water. That is incorrect. Evaluate SO1. That is correct. In computing, what is the main purpose of a cache? That is incorrect. What has words but never speaks? A baby, B, a book. That is correct. The Nigerian scientist who developed a solar-powered refrigerator. That is correct. How many degrees are there in the angle between the hands of a clock? That is correct. Which sport is associated with Wimbledon? A, golf, B, tennis, C, badminton, D, cricket. That is incorrect. What is a group of related sentences that develop a single? That is incorrect. 60 points. Yes, I can see what that means to you. Congratulations. You are safe as it is. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. So as it stands, we have 2 ties. Kenechukwu and Fokbe with 60 points. And with that, they are through to the next round. And then we have Oluwa Damilare and Ireoluwa, both with 50 points. But only one of them can make it through to the next round, which means, you know what? We have to play a round of fastest fingers. Here is your question. If 3 men can build a wall in 10 hours, how long will it take 5 men to build the same wall, assuming all men work at the same rate? A, 5 hours, B, 6 hours, C, 6.67 hours, D, 16.67 hours. Lock in your answers. Well, the correct answer is B. Congratulations, Ireoluwa. That means you're moving on to the next round. Unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to Oluwa Damilare. Your hands together for him. You've been amazing on this journey. You got to the semifinals. You should be very, very proud of yourself. Okay. We're going to take a quick break now. When we come back, it'll be time for questions from the Cowbellpedia Bank, and we'll find out who our 2 finalists will be.
We are back here with Damilare and his proud teacher, Mr. Ajiboye from St. Gregory's College. Thank you for being here. And Damilare, that was a tough one. But guess what? You are a superstar. Like, you were so fun to watch. At some point, when you got an answer, you threw kisses at the crowd, you were entertaining us, and you were being the superstar that you are. Okay? Mr. Ajiboye, please, I want to ask what you think about the competition and what you have to say about Damilare, like words of comfort and encouragement.
Thank you. Highly competitive. Cowbell is amazing. The students very fantastic. And Damilare performance, very, very encouraging, amazing, promising students. I'm proud of you.
Aww.
I'm proud of you. And I believe the sky is your limit. And surely you will make it in life.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
Enjoy the delicious creamy goodness of Cowbell with Vitarich and vitamin B9, which supports brain development. Cowbell, so creamy, so good.
Welcome back to Cowbellpedia Mega Minds. It's been so good, so smart in here. You can almost touch it. Well, we're still in the semifinals, and before the break, we said goodbye to 1 contestant, leaving us with 3 in this round. Now, it's time for us to play the game that determines which 2 contestants will move on to the finals. This is the deciding round, and it's called Questions from the Cowbellpedia Bank.
In this round, questions from the Cowbellpedia Bank. 3 contestants play, carrying over their hard-earned point from the last round. The quizmaster will ask 12 questions, and the first contestant to hit the buzzer gets the chance to answer. A correct response earns 10 points, but a wrong answer costs 5 points from their total. At the end of this round, 1 contestant with the lowest point will be eliminated, while the top 2 will proceed to the finals. It's a game of precision and strategy. Only the sharpest will advance.
Let's play questions from the Cowbellpedia Bank. For a spot in the final, here are your questions. Find the value of k such that Kenechukwu?
See?
That is incorrect. A box contains 6 white, 4 black, and 3 red balls. 4 balls are drawn randomly without replacement. Find the probability that exactly 2 of them are white. A, 90 over 143. B, 15 over 143. C, 90 over 286. D, 60 over 143. Nobody? Next question. The principle that states that electrons cannot occupy the same footwear?
C.
That is correct. A woman gave birth to 2 sons who were born on the same Kenechukwu?
A.
That is correct. The largest commercial aircraft, Kenechukwu?
A.
That is incorrect. What is the correct term for a word that... Fokbe?
C.
That is incorrect. The complex number z equals a plus b satisfies z equals 5. And argz equals pi over 3. Find the value of a plus b. Any takers? Nobody. Next question. The angle of elevation of the Ireolua?
A.
That is incorrect. In software architecture, what is inversion of control? A design principle where the control Ireolua?
A.
Ireolua says A. That is correct. Next question. Take off my skin, I won't cry. Kenechukwu?
C.
Kenechukwu says C. That is correct. The famous Oshu. Kenechukwu.
B.
That is correct. Which of these? Fokpe.
D.
That is correct. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of questions from the Cowbellpedia Bank and the end of the semifinals for our senior secondary category. And it looks like we have our qualifiers. In first place with 80 points, make some noise for Kenechukwu. And in second place with 75 points, please give it up for Fokpe. Kenechukwu, tell us how excited you are to be in the final.
Very excited.
You're very excited, as you should. Your hands together for him. Come on. Okay, what's going through your mind right now?
I'm very relieved to have qualified for the finals.
As you should. Your hands together for him. As always, it's very sad to say goodbye, especially at this stage in the game, in the semi-finals, but please, he deserves a great round of applause. Make some noise for Ireolua. Be very proud of yourselves. Getting to the semi-finals is no mean feat at all, so you've done very well. Thank you very much for being here today. Thank you.
Enjoy the delicious creamy goodness of Cowbell with Vitarich and vitamin B9, which supports brain development. Cowbell, so creamy, so good.
Welcome, Ireolua, and well done out there. I mean, you gave everything your all. And we are all proud of you. Everyone is super, super proud of you. And here with me, we have Ireolua's teacher, Mr. Peter from Well King International School. Please, what do you have to say to Ireolua? Words of encouragement and what you think about his performance in this competition?
Thank you very much. I've watched Ireolua grown over the time and I've seen what he's capable of doing. And tonight, he didn't give me anything short of that. He really fought well, he fought hard, and I couldn't be more proud of what he has done today. And I want to tell him, you are a fighter, and to me, you are a winner already. So just continue. There will be more wins for you in the future.
That is so sweet. Thank you. Thank you for giving him those words of encouragement. And thank you again for taking out time to have this conversation with us. Thank you.
What an amazing show this has been, the absolute best. Please make some noise for Cowbellpedia. Well, there you have it, our final four from the junior secondary and senior secondary categories. They fought really hard, they fought really smart, and they stayed sharp, and now they are heading to the finals. Congratulations to every single one of them. Now, for those of you watching from home, you don't have to just sit back, you can play as well. Simply head over to the Cowbellpedia website and answer this week's home play question and stand a chance to win amazing prizes. What a day we've had. It's been so good, it's been so smart, it's been so packed with rewards. The finals is going to be next level. It's going to be tougher, hotter, and truly legendary. Will your favorite contestants take the crown? We'll find out when the time comes. My name is Ebuka Obiuchando, your quizmaster, and I will see you at the finals.